see Facebook photos, and you would hope, the Huffington Post, that they're progressive liberals, they're open-minded people when they're talking about a story that has sexual innuendo or connotations or suggestions or just even a little, I don't know, something that would be fine in a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, that they would actually post the photos and share them with you. And no, even from Huffington Post, what do they share with the story? A whole litany of pictures with the same exact caption: a female soldier from the Caracal Battalion in action during training near the Israeli-Egyptian border on December 14, 2010, near Azaz, Israel. The Caracal is a mixed-sex battalion formed in 2004 with men and women serving together in this combat unit based in the Negev desert on the borders with Egypt and Jordan. Yeah, more military cheerleading, or cheerleading for militarism. And this story is really a non-story when it comes down to it. The pictures, I mean, if they were really good, you'd be like, okay. And sure, you're going to get all these comments, oh, Israeli soldiers are hot stuff. Well, okay, maybe this is the first glimpse you've ever seen on the internet of anything coming close to porn, but I kind of doubt it. So why is this an issue? Why is this being raised? The Israeli military said Sunday that it has disciplined a group of female soldiers who posed for photos in underwear and combat gear, posted images on Facebook, latest in a string of episodes, yada, 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 reprimand. They apparently were new recruits stationed on a base in southern Israel. One showed the soldiers removing their fatigue uniforms to expose their underwear and backsides. And another, 5 women posed in what appeared to be a barracks room dressed only in helmets and a small amount of combat equipment. The faces of the soldiers were blurred in the photos, and at least in all the ones that we found, unfortunately, they were blurred. Sad to say. We did have to go a little bit beyond Huffington Post to hunt down these pictures. And, of course, the statement kept details discreet, and this has happened even here, it says, several times in recent years with the Israeli military. Now, what do? They say this is what they consider improper postings in social media sites unbecoming of Israeli soldiers, really, because the Israeli government is much more proud to have its soldiers on display bulldozing the homes of Palestinians, shooting at children, causing mass hate and discontent in a very lopsided military conflict. Yeah, that's the image they want to show. Not that their soldiers have boobs. No. Or not even boobs. They have boobs discreetly covered up by guns and combat equipment. Can't even admit that much sexuality because it interferes with the dehumanization that is necessary to conduct military affairs and all of this kind of destructive behavior, right? So shortly thereafter, the Israeli military banned soldiers from using social media sites while on base, but only on base. And this was in response to a male Israeli soldier filmed dancing suggestively around a blindfolded Palestinian woman. Yeah. Now, this is where the sex really is appropriately perverted to support militarism. You have to become the sexual degrader of your victims. You have to dance suggestively. What was it, like hip thrusts in the face of a blindfolded woman? I mean, it's sick stuff like that. But they also had female soldiers posing in front of Palestinian prisoners, pictures of multiple social media services showing another soldier naked with a gun and putting out anti-Palestinian tweets. Now, it's a good thing that Huffington Post points this out, so it's absolutely clear. Most Jewish Israeli men and women are required to serve in the military starting at age 18. So could it be that this is a consequence of conscription? That if you force people against their will to serve in a military, they might not follow the rules? Imagine that. Just like in Vietnam when you had massive drug use and disobedience by soldiers of American military units. But why would they make this a story? Why would there not be any photos, or at least none of the relevant ones included? And I think this has to do with the issue of gays and women serving in the military in the United States, and the whole the deeper psychological conflict with militarism and sexuality. And why is it that people so object to women and gays serving in the military in the United States? When we know, I mean, even before it was a debate, it was obvious there were other countries, Israel is one of them, that allow gays and women to serve in their military, and they do it without issue. I mean, okay, maybe you have this issue that they reveal that, oh my God, in addition to being cold-blooded killers, they're sexual human beings with boobs and vaginas and butts and all of the stuff that goes along with this that you just have to deny in order to dehumanize people. And that's the threat that having gays and women serving in the military represents. Because it has to be, in order to be this vicious thing, if you're going to let gays and women in, it has to be more controlled. You have to be more careful to make sure that this stays a very masculine, aggressive, we are going to throw our cocks in women's faces and we are going to do hip thrusts and pose naked with